Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today we are going to be sublimating on a 20-ounce skinny tumbler. And in order to complete this project, you're going to need a sublimation blank. This is a 20-ounce skinny tumbler that has been coated to receive sublimation ink. So this is not a tumbler that you would just walk into like Walmart or Target or anything like that and buy, unless it specifically says sublimation blanks, okay? These sublimation blanks that I'm using, I got these from asub. They are just now introducing their bundled set of 20-ounce skinny tumblers. I will have it linked in the description of this video tutorial. If you would like to order the set, you can go directly to that bundled set, okay? All right, if you would like to see what all comes in that bundled set, then on my previous video, I did the unbundling of that set and it shows you what all is included, okay? But today we're just going to get started with sublimating. So this is an image that I created in Midjourney using the Discord server, and then I took it into Microsoft PowerPoint because Discord doesn't do, or Midjourney doesn't do text or fonts in words. So I took it into Microsoft PowerPoint and I used the character map and designed it out. Now, if you guys would like to see how I designed this out in Microsoft PowerPoint and Midjourney, just chime in the comments and I will create a tutorial to show you how I did it. So what I'm doing is I made my image 8.4 by 9.6, 9 by 6, and now I'm cutting it down to size to get to get rid of the white part of the paper that I don't need around my image. Okay, so I'm just going in and making sure that I get this nice and crisp. So I'm just cutting away the white part from the image, and it says I'll always love you, OWL, always love you. So instead of the normal I'll, I use the word I'll. All right. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Now, in order to do this project, guys, you're going to need the image of choice. Again, my image is a 8.4 by 9.6, and I created this image myself. You're also going to need a piece of shrink wrap. You're going to need either a mug or tumbler press or a convection oven to do this project, and also a heat gun or something to kind of get your shrink wrap started around your tumbler. Even though once you put it in the convection oven, it will start to shrink, but you need to at least get it started. You're also going to need alcohol and cotton swabs to kind of wipe down your tumbler to free it of any smears or smudges that may be on there. And that's one thing that I did not do with this one. So I got my cotton swabs over here, I think, but I'm going to grab my alcohol. Give me a second here. I'm going to grab my alcohol. I think I took it back in my room. I'm going to grab my alcohol, but you can see I've cut my image down to size. And don't forget to take your lid off. I have my convection oven heating up at 350. I'm going to sublimate this for 6 minutes. At the 3-minute mark, I'm going to rotate it. But you can see here, guys, that image, it goes completely around my tumbler. you don't want to have any bubbles or any little air pockets or anything like that. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to get this on there, but let me get some alcohol to wipe this down first, because I kind of feel like some little abnormalities on here where there may be, you know, something on here to interfere. So I'm going to wipe this down and I'll come right back. Alrighty, got my alcohol. Gonna just put it on a little cotton swab here, or cotton ball, and you just kind of want to go all over your tumbler with the cotton swab or cotton ball to get off any smudges, smears, fingerprints, all that good stuff. And then you want to let this air dry, guys. So I'm gonna let it air dry for a minute. Always wipe your tumblers down, even though they may look like they don't need to be. Wipe them down anyway, because once you get any irregularities or anything like that in the output, you can't go back and fix it. It's pretty much a done deal. All right, so what you want to do, let me put the lid back on there, and I just use 70%. That's all I have, 70% isopropyl alcohol, okay, which is good enough. All right, so again, my image is 8.49 by 6, 8.49 by 6 in size. And you always want to make sure that you allow your ink to dry, guys, before you start handling your image, because if you don't, then you can pick up some color on your fingers and get it somewhere else onto your design where it shouldn't be. So sometimes when you end up, especially with t-shirts, you do a t-shirt and you look at your t-shirt and you're like, oh, I got a little black smear right there. Where did that come from? It probably came from your hands and you touched it. You touch the paper and you can't really see it, but once you put that heat on it, it becomes vibrant and you can see it, okay? So once you get your image down to size, you're gonna need some heat tape, all right? You're gonna need some heat tape. Now the bundle set I talk about, it's gonna come with all this stuff that I'm mentioning. It's gonna come with your tumbler, it's gonna come with your heat tape, it's gonna come with your shrink wrap and your instructions, okay? So the only thing you're gonna have to get together is your image, all right? So you're gonna take your image, and I'm gonna come here where you can see me in the frame. You're gonna take your image and you're gonna wrap it around your tumbler. Now, when you're wrapping this around your tumbler, guys, I say this all the time, you wanna make sure that it is tight, a T-I-G-H-T, okay, around your tumbler. You do not want it to have any air escaping whatsoever. So even though it may not seem like I'm wrapping this tightly, I'm wrapping this baby tightly, okay? To get it around here without any air pockets, okay? Now, once you get it on there tightly, you're gonna take and put some tape down that center seam. So you're gonna have this center seam right here, and you're going to put your heat tape on that center seam. After you make sure you have full coverage of your tumbler, like I'm doing, and you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna place that heat tape on that center seam. And I only use heat tape, guys, to go down that center seam and at the top of the bottom. I don't do a bunch of strips across my tumbler and all that good stuff. But if that works for you, then by all means, go ahead and do that. But I'm gonna go down the center seam with this heat tape. And I always use my nail to help me seal the deal, to make sure that there is absolutely no way air can escape in there. So once I get this center seam going, I always take my nail and just go down that center seam to make sure that that tape is nice and tight. You guys can see that. I'm not sure if you can, but you want to make sure that that center seam is nice and tight, okay? Closed nice and tightly. You do not want any air to be able to escape. So you shouldn't be able to see any air pockets or any air here or at the top. If you do, pull that tape off and rewrap it, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a strip and I'm gonna put it across the top of my tumbler. And I'm pulling this tape tightly, okay? Again, you want everything to be nice and tight, okay? You do not want air to be able to get in here at any cost, okay? So wrap the tape around the top, and then we're gonna take and we're gonna fold that tape on the inside of our tumbler. Fold that nice and tight, and then just make sure that that tape is pushed up against your tumbler and it's not just pushed over into the tumbler. You want to make sure it's pushed up, forming additional closure and seal. Okay. Then I like to take it and put it on the bottom on a flat surface and kind of just roll it around a little bit to make sure that I got it nice and tight. We're going to do the same thing on the bottom. And if you pull off too much tape, it's better to have too much than too little, okay? So again, we're gonna go nice and tight around that bottom. Okay, you do not want air to be able to escape, because when air escapes, you get what we call ghosting. All right, and once you get ghosting on your tumbler, especially with this black background, you'll see it because it'll be light in spots, and you don't want that, okay? So you want to make sure you get this nice and tight on there, and that's all it takes, guys. Tape at the top, tape at the bottom, and then close your middle seam. All right, now just like I took and rolled this on the top, I'm also going to do it on the bottom, and that's just to make sure that that tape is nice excuse me, nice and pulled together on that bottom. All right, then you're going to take your shrink wrap, and you're going to place your tumbler inside the shrink wrap. And like I said, with the bundled set from Asub, guys, you're going to get shrink wrap, and you're also going to get heat tape and your tumbler. The only thing you're not going to get, of course, is your image, and you're not going to get you know, all the other stuff that you'll need here. So you're just going to put your tumbler, put it like that, inside of the shrink wrap. Just like that. All right, and you want to leave a little bit of opening on the bottom and the top so that it can fold over and provide more of a sealing for your tumbler, to make sure that it's nice and that air is not escaping. Okay, so I'm going to use my heat gun here, and this is going to, I just unplugged it. I'm going to plug it over on this other side. You're going to use your heat gun to actually shrink that shrink wrap. All right. Forgot to put my heat gloves on. I got to put my heat gloves on because I don't want to burn my fingers. So I want to throw my heat gloves on to protect my hands, because this thing can get hot. Everything you see me use, guys, my heat glove, my heat gun, a lot of the stuff you see me use, I link it in the description of my video tutorials to make it easy for you to find the products that I'm using, okay? If I don't get it off of Amazon, normally I'm going to tell you where I got it and how you can get it, unless it's not something that you'll be able to get. All right, and you don't have to get it perfect, because once you get it into that convection oven, it's going to put that shrink it even tighter. Okay, so you basically just want to get it closed on the bottom and the top, and give it a little bit of a tug, a snugness around here. If you notice, I was like far away from my shrink wrap, because you don't want to put a hole in this. If you put a hole in this, if you burn through the shrink wrap, it defeats the purpose of having the shrink wrap. So you don't want to burn it, okay? So just get it close enough, guys, to where you can get it kind of snug around there. But once you put it in the convection oven is going to continue to shrink that shrink wrap for you because of the heat, all right? So now that we have this together, all we have to do is put it in our convection oven, and I'm going to put it on, I'm going to cook this for 6 minutes. At 3 minutes, I'm going to rotate it. That's to ensure that it gets full heat coverage. And then we'll take it out, we'll let it cool down, and we'll unwrap this together, okay, once it cools down. So we're now going to go over to the convection oven, and we're going to place this into the convection oven. And I'm going to pause you for a minute and have you join me at my convection oven. All right, guys, here is my convection oven, and I already have my convection oven ready to receive my tumbler. And inside of my convection oven, guys, I have a heat thermometer to help me with the temperature inside of my convection oven. So one of the things you want to take into consideration, and the reason I highly recommend you get a heat thermometer, is when you open this, you're letting heat out, right? So that means it's going to change the temperature of your convection oven on the inside. I always want to make sure that I have that heat thermometer so that I can know that what my temperature is inside my convection oven. So I have it at 350. I'm going to go ahead and open this, and then I'm going to place this in, and I'm going to let it go for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, I'm going to rotate it, and then we will let it cool down, and then we'll unwrap it together. All right, guys, it's been 3 minutes. I'm going to rotate my tumbler. And after the next 3 minutes, we'll let it cool down, and then we'll do the unveil together. All right, guys, it has now been the full 6 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take this out. One of the things about sublimation is, you know, you have a good sub when you can start to see the ink bleed through. And here you can tell that the ink is starting to bleed through. This thing is hot, so I'm going to hurry up and put it down. Even with my heat gloves on, I can feel that heat. So notice that the shrink wrap really now is really stuck to the tumbler. And that's why I said you don't have to get it perfect, because once you put it into your convection oven, it will continue to seal for you. All right, so we're going to let this cool down, and then we're going to unveil this together. All right, we're going to let it cool down. Look at the little vial. Oh my God, I'll always love you. Really? All right, so I'm going to let that cool down, and then I'll come back and we'll unveil it together. All right, guys, we have let this cool down now. So again, you can see how nicely sealed it got once we put it in the convection oven. Okay, everything is cohesive on there. That shrink wrap is on there like a charm. I highly recommend you have a trash can near you at this point, because you're going to end up with a lot of trash from the shrink wrap. So go ahead and have you a trash can handy. And we will start unveiling our tumbler. Now again, asub is just now, guys, starting to offer these sublimation blanks for the skinny ounce 20-ounce skinny tumbler. I don't know why I can't talk this morning, y'all. All right, so I'm going to use my weeding tool to help me out here. If you use anything to sharp like I'm using, guys, be careful that you're not scratching that sublimation coat that's on there. Because that won't look nice and you will not be happy. All right, let me see if I can get this little piece of tape to come towards me. All right. There we go. So, one of the things that, if you're new to sublimation or thinking about sublimation, one of the things that we love about sublimation is that the colors are so vibrant, guys. They are so vibrant. You do have limitations with sublimation because, like, you can't sublimate on black unless you know, get creative. And let's say if you're sublimating on a t-shirt, then you're going to have to use either a white glitter HTV or white HTV, you know, something behind your sublimation before you sublimate on it. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. I can tell it already, guys. So you do have limitations. Normally it's light and white colors that you can sublimate on, unless, like I said, you're using something to help bring that sublimation to life. All right, sublimation is going to pretty much take on the color of the shirt. So if you have anything white on a shirt and you're sublimating on black, then whatever was white is going to pick up the black color. So like the eyes are white, but they're going to be black. So it defeats the purpose. Y'all, this is going to be so pretty. Oh my God. But like I said, if you want me to show you how I designed this in Midjourney and then took it into PowerPoint and completed the design, let me know and I will complete a tutorial on that as well. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at those colors, guys. Look at those colors. Look at those colors. Oh my God, it is so pretty. These tumblers sublimate amazing. These are asub 20-ounce skinny tumblers. Amazing. Y'all see that? Amazing. And you cannot tell where the seam is, because that's how I roll. Guys, it is so pretty. I don't even want to put it down. And I was going to send this to somebody for their birthday, but I want to keep it. Maybe I'll make another one for me, and then we'll both have one just alike. Oh, that would be awesome. All right, so put your tops back on. And the great thing about these that you order from this bundle kit from asub is that you can put your tumbler right back inside of the little bag that it comes in. And then you can put it right back in the little gift box, because they send them to you in these little 4 individual gift boxes, just like that. And then it's going to come with your metal straw and also your straw cleaner. Okay, will be in there. Nice set, guys. You get 4 of these. All right, 4 of these. So I will link this bundled set to asub in the video description. But this turned out amazing. And like I said, I don't even want to put it back in the box. I hate giving gifts because then I always want one. So now I'm going to have to make another one for myself. But if you want to see, again, how I created this design using Midjourney's Discord server and then taking it into Microsoft PowerPoint to create my words on the tumbler, let me know, chime in the comments, and I will create that video tutorial for you guys to show you how to do it. The only thing is you'll have to come back to this video to do the sublimation piece. Oh my God, I am in love with these colors. They are popping. They are popping, baby. Seam where? Where's the seam, guys? Seam. Seam where? Where's the seam? Oh my God. It is so pretty. Y'all can't tell me this ain't pretty. I don't care what you say. You cannot tell me this tumbler is not gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right, guys, that's it. That's my story. Guys, if you're currently in my Facebook group, Ken Dorsey's Cricut and Creative Crafters, I want to thank you guys so much for the love and support that you show in my Facebook group. Always willing to share with one another. We're not just a show and tell, or show but don't tell. We show our crafts, and we will help you if you ask questions about how we made it, so on and so forth. Anything that I post is going to be followed up. Any images or projects that I post, it's going to be followed up with a video tutorial to tell you how I made it. So you don't have to ask me, how did you do this, that, or the other, because I'm going to put a video tutorial in the group, and it's also on my YouTube channel. If you would like to join my Facebook group, it is Ken Dorsey's Cricut and Creative Crafters. It will be linked in the video description of this tutorial. And if you're currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, y'all know I can't talk this morning. If you're currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for the love and support that you show via YouTube. I love when you guys chime in the comments. Hey, one of the ways that we as creators continue to get paid so that we can pay for our projects, our tools and supplies that we need so that we can create these video tutorials for you is by you liking, commenting, and sharing our videos. That helps us tremendously. That's why a lot of content creators, they start finding alternatives and they start charging you for their content because they're not getting that through YouTube. So I highly, highly, highly beg and plead so that I can continue making these video tutorials for you guys to help you out. And it helps me too, because I take great pleasure in helping other people to continue to get my supplies and everything, so I can stay current with showing you how to do things, because you may not, you may not want to spend your money to see if you can learn how to do it. But if you have a content creator that you can always depend on to keep you current on different projects, that's how we're here, guys. So please continue to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Okay? And anyone can tell you, if you ask me something in the comments, I'm going to respond to you, because I like to communicate with you guys that way. I am going to start doing YouTube lives. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel funny about lives, but I'm going to try to get into it. I'm going to upgrade my laptop, and then I'm going to start doing YouTube lives. When I moved into my new place, my laptop just went wonky on me. So I had to resort to using my cell phone to do my video tutorials, because my webcam, it won't show when I'm recording. And I've tried to fix it, but I can't. But guess what, Satan? You ain't stopping nothing, baby, because we got to keep on moving. Okay, that's what when you're one of God's children, that's what happens. You just keep on moving. All right, don't be discouraged, guys. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. All right, guys, soapbox over. You guys know my story. My motto is each one reach one, so that each one can teach one, guys. And you all have an amazing day. I am in love. I'm in love. Ow, I'm in love. Okay, all right. Bye, y'all.